And getting ready for this lively crowd here to get a chance to see a fight that could bring breathtaking excitement. Vernon Forrest trying to walk a tightrope and outbox Ricardo Mayorga, who tries to knock you out with virtually every punch that he throws. A look back at what happened in Temecula on January 25. Vernon Forrest was on top of the world, a heavy favorite after his 2 wins over Shane Mosley in 2002. And in the first round, Forrest seemed to be in his envelope and outboxing Mayorga as expected. But toward the end of the round, Mayorga caught Forrest with a big right hand and then a left that knocked him down. Forrest, tasting the canvas for the first time in his career, was infuriated by it. Wanted to prove in the second round that he was the man. Came out and had a huge round, landing 30-some-odd punches against Mayorga, but may not have noticed that Mayorga was walking through every big punch. And in the third round, as they continued to swing away in a free-swinging brawl, Mayorga got his chances and landed the huge right hand on the face of Forrest that ultimately led to the victory cigarette in the ring. A lot has been made of Mayorga's unusual habits outside the ring, where he admits to drinking Budweiser beer, smoked cigarettes. In fact, some reporters say that they found him smoking a cigarette here at the hotel where this fight is taking place at 11:30 last night. Mayorga says, that's okay. I don't smoke once I get into the ring, and I'll be fine. Larry Merchant, he is truly a different breed of cat, something entirely new for the division. What do you make of the arrival of Ricardo Mayorga?
Question is how long can he stay at the top?
How long, indeed?
Well, it may only be another hour or less. But he's been who he is as a prize fighter for a decade. And he seems to be getting better. Ricardo Mayorga believes he can outfight, outdrink, and even outsmoke any man in the house. That go-to-hell attitude, with the punch to back it up, made him the welterweight champion of the world. Hard-living, reckless fighters like Mayorga emerge as elite fighters once or twice a decade. In the 80s, Aaron Pryor broke down Mayorga's Nicaraguan countryman, the great Alexis Arguello, with his relentless attack and will.
It's over! Aaron Pryor has retained his junior welterweight championship!
Drugs ended Pryor's career prematurely. In the 90s, Arturo Gatti, a swinging bachelor, swung into prominence with a series of melodramatic performances.
Can you believe Arturo Gatti?
What makes such free-spirited warriors so special is their willingness to take punishment, to find a way to turn adversity into opportunity. Mayorga absorbed heavy fire before vanquishing Vernon Forrest.
Big round for Vernon Forrest.
Mayorga came to his raw toughness the old-fashioned way. He was a street kid in Managua, where he is now hero number 1. He graduated to a successful career as an amateur, then to the pros, where he lost 3 of his first 11 fights. He hasn't lost since then, nor has he lost any of the rough edges from his rough background, which includes the machismo of boastful self-confidence and the total contempt for opponents.
Que vean 2 asaltos, que con eso es que voy a defender mi título.
I invite all Hispanics and all Americans to come July 12th and see 2 rounds of boxing.
What comes out of Mayorga's mouth, usually with a twinkle in his eye, is often as politically incorrect as what he puts into his mouth. And Vernon Forrest, with discipline and his well-schooled boxing skills, could close it for about a minute and a half.
And as you pointed out, Larry, maybe the reason Mayorga said so many outrageous things this week is that Forrest was nowhere to be found in promoting the fight, made the point that he wanted to stay away from Mayorga, and that left Mayorga free at the podium to say whatever he wanted to say, and that means anything goes. George Foreman, the big question tactically going into the fight, can Vernon Forrest control Mayorga just by boxing him, or do you have to take risks to keep a guy like this off of him?
Not at all. Last time it was Forrest who started the fight. He didn't win the fight, but if he sticks to that left jab and look at the film, he got hit with a lot of things, but it was those lead right hands over his lazy left jab that started all of the trouble for him. Look at the film, get in the ring, step. Every time you jab, step something, and you can win this on point.
So it really is a question of technique and concentration for Vernon.
And you're going to have to hit the guy to be able to box, though. They'll let you box him if you hurt him.
Let's see the tail of the tape. At 147 pounds between Mayorga and Forrest. And you will see that Vernon is already on the dark side of 32, giving up 3 years in age to Mayorga, though, of course, it's Forrest who's by far the cleaner liver. Mayorga at 5'10" is tall for a welterweight. Vernon at 6 feet is very tall for a welterweight. Arm length is measured from the armpit to the end of the fist. They both weighed in within a pound of the welterweight limit of 147. Tonight, Mayorga has already gone up 14 pounds to 160, and he'll outweigh Forrest by 6 pounds in the ring. Rules of the bout with our unofficial ringside scorer, Harold Letterman.
The Ricardo Mayorga Vernon Forrest fight is scheduled for 12 rounds using the unified rules of the Association of Boxing Commissions. There is no 3 knockdown rule. Only the referee can stop the fight. In case the cut is caused by an accidental headbutt, we go to the scorecards after 4 rounds have been completed, and you cannot be saved by the bell in any round, including the 12th and final round. Jim.
Well, it's a far different mood this time around for Vernon Forrest, who admits that he did not have his eye properly on the ball before fighting Mayorga back in January.
He says that the reason he has avoided the media building up to this fight is that he had to go back to his roots. And if you take a look at the top of his head, he no longer has those cornrows. He's almost literally gone back to his roots.
Trainer Ronnie Shields, there at the shoulder of Forrest, says that he's had a great training camp and is in position to do what he says he needs to do to win the fight. This group still feels relatively contemptuous about Mayorga's real boxing ability. They think of him as something of a rough-hewn amateur.
Yeah, but it can be awfully hard sometimes to tame a hurricane, even with skill.
George, one of the oldest adages in the sport is, I whacked you once, I'll whack you again. But 80% of the experts in Ring Magazine picked Forrest to win this rematch.
I mean, that's really a wise decision to pick him. Although nothing can happen once the bell rings, everything can change, even with experts. This guy has the jab, he has the experience, and the know-how to win this boxing match.
There's the experience that George was talking about. Vernon Forrest waited a long time for his opportunity to rule the welterweight division. Once he got there by beating Shane Mosley twice, he thought he'd be there for a long time. That's why he was eager to take this rematch, because he thinks of the Mayorga loss as a hiccup. And now here comes the wildest hiccup in the game, Ricardo Mayorga. He has a lot of the flamboyance, Larry, of Prince Nassim Hamed. And like Hamed, he's more or less a natural who relies on his punching power to win the fights. What's the difference?
His chin, his will, his willingness to stick his nose in there. He says that he wants to feel poor because as long as he's poor, nobody can beat him. So he says he has either given away or spent his entire $400,000 purse from the first fight, about a tenth of it to bring electricity to the street where his mother lives.
What about this notion, George, that he has to feel poor to be the fighter he wants to be?
You don't have to be a poor guy to be able to fight. I've seen in my day, poor guys get whipped all the time. The guys who just had the egg sandwiches whipped them.
Well, what he's saying really is he wants to stay hungry.
He looks hungry to me.
One thing's for sure, Ricardo Mayorga is hungry for attention. If he could ever learn to speak English, he would get it in huge volume, because he is the kind of flamboyant, freewheeling athlete all too rare in many sports these days in the wake of the fitness boom. most athletes take themselves so seriously, they wouldn't dare behave the way Mayorga does. Now let's go to ring announcer Jimmy Lennon Jr. for the official introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to the Orleans Arena here in Las Vegas, Nevada for the featured bout of the evening, brought to you by Don King Productions in association with the Orleans Hotel and Casino, HBO Sports, and CM Exchange. This bout coming your way, ladies and gentlemen, is sanctioned by the WBA President Gilberto Mendoza, Supervisor Aurelio Fiengo, the WBC President Jose Suleiman, Supervisor Roy Van Putten, and the Nevada State Athletic Commission. The chairman is Dr. Luther Mack. Introducing to you our judges scoring this bout from ringside. From London, England, Larry O'Connell. From Copenhagen, Denmark, Ove Ovesen. And from Las Vegas, Nevada, Jerry Roth. Introducing our third man in the ring, our referee in charge, working in this his 61st world title bout, Jay Nady. All right, fans, here we go. The time has come for the rematch you've all been waiting for. And now, ladies and gentlemen in attendance and boxing fans joining us around the world, live from the Orleans Hotel and Casino, it's time for the main event of the evening. 12 rounds of boxing for the WBA and WBC Welterweight Championship of the World. Introducing first the challenger on my right, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black trunks with red trim, fighting out of Atlanta by way of Augusta, Georgia. He weighed in at the welterweight limit of 147 pounds. His record stands at 35 wins, 1 loss, 1 no contest, with 26 wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, he is looking to avenge his only defeat and to regain his title. Here is the former WBC and IBF welterweight champion of the world, introducing Vernon the Viper Forrest. And his opponent across the ring, ladies and gentlemen, the defending world champion on my left, fighting out of the red corner, wearing black trunks with white trim, hailing from Managua, Nicaragua. He weighed in at a trim and ready 146 pounds. His record 24 wins, 3 losses, 1 draw, and 1 no contest, with 22 of his wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the colorful WBA and WBC welterweight champion of the world, introducing Ricardo El Matador Mayorga. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge is Jay Nady. Now to give instructions, 12 rounds of championship boxing scheduled.
Everybody else gonna get out. I need one in Mayorga.
Jack, you work in that corner?
Yes, sir.
Do you guys have any questions?
¿Preguntas?
No. 12 rounds. I want a good, clean fight. Let's go to work. Vamos para abajo.
A baseball pitcher named Bob Veal once said that good pitching beats good hitting, and vice versa. In this sport, good boxing beats big punching, and vice versa.
Vernon Forrest looks eager to get back into it with Ricardo Mayorga. And Mayorga strolls to the other side as though just beginning a walk in the park. Mayorga promised a knockout in 2 rounds and said, hey, that's not even a full day's work. In a street fight, it usually takes me a half hour to beat a guy into submission.
Mayorga has got to make certain that he forget about the last fight. This is a totally different fight. Don't try to pick up where you left off. That's when you can get yourself hurt.
Mayorga going after Vernon Forrest. Forrest, you saw, stuck the jab right into Mayorga's mouth.
Stop! Stop! Stop means stop. Stop. Comprende?
Jay Nady's trying to impose his personality on the two fighters immediately. Stop means stop.
I like that big referee.
Vernon Forrest threw a lot of jabs in the first fight. Might not have landed them at the rate of accuracy that's necessary for him to truly disrupt Mayorga's attack. A key for Forrest the second time around would seem to be, can he land the jab more frequently? 10 out of 39, for instance, in the second round. That's not enough.
What you would like to do, this guy's known to smoke cigarettes and all of that, and make him keep throwing punches. Cigarettes always come back to haunt you if you can get him past 4 or 5 rounds.
Forrest wants to stick the jab out there on Mayorga. Mayorga is looking to throw a right hand over it. That's probably the story of whether this fight goes on for 12 rounds.
3 jabs by Forrest. Mayorga not able to counter it all there.
I like the way that Vernon Forrest is sticking to his strategy. Keep that left jab out there. Move when the action gets started. Start off with the left jab. Let it always be the first punch you throw. If he can stick with this, things can only get better.
So far, Mayorga hasn't been able to land anything of significance. All of the clean landed punches have been for Forrest.
Stop! Stop!
And Forrest seems to be more conscious this time around of keeping a healthy distance between himself and Mayorga.
The one thing, if you're going to throw that left jab, you cannot be in the same place you delivered it. You got to move. As soon as you throw the jab, move, step away, or step forward in a circle.
That's exactly what Ronnie Shields was focusing on yesterday in discussing Vernon Forrest's tactic here, that he must throw the jab and step away.
Now, throwing hooks for Vernon Forrest is not a good idea.
Because
he can just open himself up to be caught with a hook.
As we go to Mayorga's corner, where they speak Spanish, our interpreter is Ray Torres.
Okay. You got to box him. Yeah. Come on, we need to jab him. You jab him, and then look for the right hand. And then when you look for the right hand, the left hook. 1, 2, and then the right hand. 1, 2, right hand. Come on, let's get some boxing in there.
Stop around. Keep going in circles, okay? Side to side when you got distance, side to side. All right?
Get a little more space and distance, okay? And work the jab, okay? And don't worry about him grabbing and tying you and throwing you out. Stay behind the jab. You understand what I'm saying?
Here's Forrest jabbing and moving. That really has been his complete style since we've seen him against Mosley.
Relatively tentative round 1. Mayorga 5 of 33, Forrest of 735. Forrest 6 out of 26 jabs in the round. Again, a low rate of accuracy, but just the fact that he threw it controlled the round. And now Mayorga lands a right and a left, and gets in a left hook. And this is the round in which he predicted that he would knock Forrest out.
Mayorga is the hooker. He's the puncher. You don't want to mix up with him. Vernon Forrest better stay on the move.
And Forrest decided to trade a little bit and landed a big right hand that stopped Mayorga in his tracks.
Bad mistake.
I don't think it is a mistake, George. I think he's got to throw that once in a while. Otherwise, he's giving Mayorga too many free shots to just come in there and win.
Double jab and right cross by Forrest. Twice he landed the right hand.
Yeah, Larry, he's already been there, done that.
Well, but the last time he stood toe-to-toe, I'm just saying every once in a while, he's got to step in and hit him, or otherwise Mayorga is just going to come at him like a steamroller.
You step in and hit him with your left jab, and you move. You got 5 rounds. After you get that guy, it's getting dirty.
If you lift him up like that, that's a big bozo no-no.
A big bozo no-no.
Yeah, Nady is big enough to mean what he says, too.
Well, I think what you were about to say, George, is that from Forrest's point of view, if he can keep this guy going until the second half of the fight.
Wrestling.
It was a push.
Mayorga's fans think every time he swings his hands, he's going to knock somebody down. A free. They were rising to celebrate the knockdown as he was throwing Forrest to the ground. Or to the canvas, I should say.
I don't like the way Vernon Forrest's mouth is wide open.
Let go! Stop! Stop! Watch your head. La cabeza. Watch your head.
Well, I think there's a lot of tension in fighting Ricardo Mayorga. You're walking a tightrope.
Stop! Stop! Let go, let go.
When Vernon Forrest delivers his left jab, he's got to move on to the left, to his left. He can't go back to the right. Mayorga is going to get him with that left hook.
Mayorga lands the right hand lead this time and almost landed the wild left.
Well, it looks like he's trying to make that 2-round prediction come true.
Throwing Forrest into the ropes and then jumping on him with a right hand. Hey, listen, if you want to see street fighting, you are a Ricardo Mayorga fan. Everything is a street fight.
That was a short chopping overhand right by Mayorga.
Yeah, over a weak jab, George, just like you were talking about before.
That's what you want to do. And if you Vernon Forrest, you throw the jab and you move. Step and move. One step. Don't go backwards.
Well, there is no second round knockout for Mayorga. And he was frequently asked before the fight, all right, what's the plan if you don't get the second round knockout? And he wouldn't comment on it.
Why? You want to sit there and throw hard right hands at the guy right now. The plan is to box this guy. You can beat this guy with this hand. That's all you need right now. You listen to me. You understand? You want to win this fight? Okay. So look at you with the jab. That's all I want to see.
The way we work. 1-2 in the right hand. 1-2 in the right hand. That's the way we worked it. Yeah, and you need to go into the body. You got him. Okay, hit him.
The temptation to take a shot at a wide open guy like Mayorga is so great that Forrest just can't pass it up every time. And here you see Mayorga coming in.
Sloppy, wild, over-aggressive as he looked in round 2. Mayorga still landed 13 out of 33 power shots. Forrest, throwing 27 jabs, landed only 5 of them. Forrest is going to have to be more accurate with his jab if he's going to execute this plan to outbox Mayorga.
And he's got to continually move to his left after that jab. There's no danger when he moves to Mayorga's left side. Only when he goes, to his right side. Only when he goes to that left, danger arises.
Mayorga leading with the left hook.
Mayorga is tough. He's strong. And he's confident. Still believes he can get that knockout.
Well, and he's going to believe it if he loses every round, too. I mean, he's the kind of guy who doesn't exactly pay attention to the scorecard. He's there to knock you out.
I like that. Puncher. Pure puncher.
Oh, big right hand by Mayorga. And Forrest was momentarily off balance as he went away.
I said earlier, it was nothing but right hands that caused the problem for Vernon Forrest the first time, and it can be the same thing tonight if he's not careful. Keep moving. Stay on the move after your punches.
Mayorga throwing the left hook from the down and under angle. One of the problems fighting a guy like Mayorga is, like Prince Nassim, he throws from every conceivable angle and somehow seems to be able to get power on all those punches. Even without the balance, he's still putting mustard on it.
Oh, he's got steel in his hands.
Another left hook lands upstairs for Mayorga.
Vernon Forrest, he's going to have to take some abuse, but you just got to continue with your left jab.
And Forrest seems to be getting a little more tentative with his jab.
Oh, yeah, he's backing up now and throwing these right hands. He's got to believe in his left jab. If he does it, it's going to be a rough night for him. There it is. The left jab. All night he can do it. And beware, after you hit him, he's going to try and hit you back. That just goes with the package.
Well, and he's going to swing from all angles. He's going to hit you on the top of the head. He's going to grab you and throw you around. You've just got to be ready for it. Forrest lands a right hand, but gives Mayorga a chance to come back with a combination. Mayorga swinging away from the top. Catches Forrest with the right hand. Has him against the ropes. Just as he did at this juncture of the fight in Temecula. No, let me correct that. at this juncture of the fight in Temecula, Forrest had already been knocked out.
Forrest's legs have already been shot. Maybe the fight was too early.
You all right?
Mouthpiece hanging out, legs are weak. Now he's got to play the game of the puncher.
Stop! No, let go. Thank you.
Legs are weak.
Vernon Forrest coming back with less than 6 months of time period between the knockout loss in Temecula and another fight that seems to be going
That's the world champion.
tonight.
That's what we want. All right. The first thing that's keeping you is when you hurt him, don't let him go. Jump on him.
One inside.
Come on.
outside.
Look at me. Come on.
Oye, el 1-2 y con la derecha le puedes picar abajo.
Stick the jab, step around. Stick the jab, step around. When you're on the right angle, you can go your right hand. You throw the 1-2 at him, you hit him, and you hurt him in the first round with that, okay? Look, right angle.
The champion Mayorga is on the attack, and having the title and being the aggressor would mean the difference if it turns out to be a close fight.
Round 3, Mayorga by CompuBox numbers landing 15 out of 40 punches to only 6 of 30 for Forrest, and Forrest's connect rate on the jab going way down. Only 3 out of 23 in that round. Harold, how do you have it so far?
Okay, Jim, 29-28. 2 rounds to 1, Ricardo Mayorga. You know, Jim, he's chasing him down, slamming him with those wild hooks. He certainly won rounds 2 and 3. I thought Vernon was in control in the first round. But, Jim, I got to tell you something. George Foreman made a very good point. I honestly believe that the mouthpiece is just too big, and Vernon Forrest is choking on it. I mean, it's always out. His mouth is always open. He can't close his mouth.
Well, he's been a professional for 10 years. He was a long-time amateur. If he can't find a mouthpiece that fits, that's his problem.
He's got to step after the jab. After you jab and you step to your left.
If his legs are already weak, George, it's not going to be easy to do that, is it?
Yeah, you're right. The legs are weak.
Thank you. Got this.
If he can extend Mayorga to about 6-7 rounds, he can do it.
Right hand uppercut by Mayorga. Gutting punch.
Mayorga's got the power, and you just got to concede that. Don't try to pay him back.
Well, George, you've been the power puncher in your fights. How much there's a tension on your opponents facing a power puncher?
Oh, it's a lot of tension. You make them do things, muscle tension, trying to get away with the shots. They believe that a little shot really hurts them. It takes a lot out of you.
They tire faster.
Yeah, because of the muscle tension. Muscle tension.
Mayorga lands a roundhouse left, and you saw it move Forrest across the ring. Body shot hurts.
Now those punches are not landing. He's not landing many punches squarely. Very few, in fact.
He doesn't have to.
But the way Forrest is reacting to them reeling around the ring creates the impression that he's getting hit solidly.
Hey,
Vernon Forrest has just lost all of his balance. Doesn't have balance. Throws his left jab and he sits there as though you say, okay, now hit me with the right hand. It's a balanced shot.
And there's a good 1-2 from Forrest. Assertive, and another one. Right into the face of Mayorga. And another one. And Mayorga just eats the punches and says, I'm coming right back.
I don't know what that was about, but Mayorga sure got the crowd's attention with the punches he was taking. I've never seen a fighter cheer for taking punches.
Oh, he's Superman. He is Superman, but you don't try to knock him out. Just try to win the round.
Forrest is in full retreat.
For good reasons.
This man's dangerous. He is dangerous in there.
Okay, now look. Take a deep breath first. What I told you was going to do, right? Okay, now you listen to me. Don't worry about that. When they do that, just stick it with the jab. Forget the right hand. Don't hit the right hand right now. Okay?
All right,
listen.
You got to tie him up now, okay? You reaching your hand out.
We don't need to let everybody know that you can take a punch. We know you can take a punch. When you're going to throw that right hand, throw it in the middle. Don't go to the side. Come on. You got to hit. And hit him to the body.
Forrest reeling around the ring from these partial blows creates the impression that he's out of it. And here you see that he hit a good 1-2 on Mayorga, and he's saying, go ahead, do it again. Go ahead, one more time. Hit me with your best shot.
This crowd is excited now. They know what they're watching. Fire and ice. Vernon Forrest trying to stay cool amid the storm against Ricardo Mayorga. Through round 4, Forrest averaging just 5 landed jabs per round. Mayorga, twice as many power shots landed per round. They're fighting Ricardo Mayorga's fight to a much greater degree than Vernon Forrest would have wanted.
Vernon Forrest, when a guy's able to take your shot like that, you got to go beat him in the body and then try the same thing all over again.
It's hard to use clinical boxing skills against a fighter who fights like Mayorga.
Oh, that's the best chance to do it.
You don't know where the punches are coming from. You're tired just looking at the guy.
You really don't worry about his punching. You got to get in there and establish, look, I got to hit this guy in the chest. I got to hit him in the body. He takes a good shot. Take that away from him with body shots. That's what you learn in the gym. That's what you learn in the amateurs.
And George, we're in round 5 of a scheduled 12. Mayorga, as everybody knows, smokes and drinks when not in training.
Hard right hand that time by Mayorga.
Huge. Big shot. Forrest was affected again.
Stop!
Everything that Mayorga hits him with is going to hurt, even if he hits him on the glove, because this is one hard puncher. And he's got to get that hook to the body. If you
no.
Vernon Forrest, you got to go to the body.
Looks to me like he's tiring, though.
But you got to hit him in the body to make him aware that he's tired. Forget about his head if you're Vernon Forrest.
Stop!
And don't be ashamed to hold on.
Oh, that's a key. You can't just let this man keep swinging at you.
Most fighters are ashamed when the guy hurt him to just hold on.
But it's
don't be ashamed.
professional to do it if you're fighting somebody like this.
Don't go to the head either if you're Vernon Forrest. Go to the body.
Ronnie Shields tried very hard in Temecula to tell Vernon Forrest, don't hit him on the head, you're just going to hurt your hands.
Right hand by Vernon Forrest penetrated Mayorga.
Another big right hand in close by Mayorga.
Let go.
And Forrest this time does hold on.
For good reasons. You can't exchange punches. This guy is strong. He's willing to take 2 of your punches just to get one of it. There's the left hook to the body by Vernon Forrest.
Best punch he's thrown in a while.
That's what you got to do.
Because it stopped Mayorga in his tracks.
You got to do it all night.
Big left hook by Forrest.
Go right back to the body. Go back to the body if you're Vernon Forrest.
Mayorga's letting him land his left hook now. And Mayorga missed with 2 Dave Kingman home run swings to end the round.
Hey, that was close. That was too close. Yeah. That was a bad, ugly round. Ugly round. When you hit him in the body, you hurt him. Come on, hit him with a jab and then underneath. Yeah. You gotta use the uppercut to pick him up.
Okay? But look, behind the right hand. Okay? Jab, right hand hook, and pivot around. And keep things back to your right.
Okay? You can't pull out after you tie him up, pull out. Stay there. Let the ref break you.
Stay down, all right?
You understand what I'm saying?
You understand
that? Everything is behind your giant.
Forrest landed a couple of good shots at the very end of the round. Question is, will that influence the judges, because Mayorga had the best of it through the rest of the round?
Yeah, by CompuBox numbers, Mayorga was 16 out of 54 to only 6 out of 32 for Forrest. And Vernon only 1 of 19 jabs, and a left hook lands for Mayorga, and Forrest is on the defensive again.
Boy, this Mayorga is a tough cookie.
And a big puncher.
I think he's going to raise lumps on Forrest's arms and shoulders and back.
Stop! Keep your head up.
Well,
and after a fight
Forrest's
like this,
left eye is beginning to swell.
Fight like this, you got to find a massage.
And the left eye begins to swell in such a way that it could conceivably become a factor in the bout for Vernon Forrest. That's from Mayorga's right hand. And George, we talked about how the legs have been iffy for Forrest. Could that be because Mayorga's hitting him on the top of the head and sometimes the back of the head?
It's because this guy, everything he hits you with, even on your arms, it just hurts your legs. Knocks you around. Get your legs tired. Some fellas has just got strength like that in their hands.
A wild slugger, but a good one. Mayorga, look at the mustard he puts on a left hook.
Forrest is going back into the exchange business. Don't do it.
Well, he's forcing Forrest to do it. Because Forrest's boxing skills are just excess baggage with a guy like this.
Right hand to the body by Mayorga. He seldom throws body shots.
Yes, total disrespect for Vernon Forrest.
Good right hand by Forrest.
Forrest has got to start believing in his right hand now. Sure, he put on the show like he wasn't hurt.
Good right hand inside by Mayorga.
Forrest has had a good round technically, but Mayorga is still sometimes overwhelming him with his sheer will to fight the way he wants to fight.
Stop!
If Vernon Forrest can get a left hook to the body, come back with a right on top, he can get him a knockdown here today. He's got to go to the body first.
And Mayorga may be slowing just a little. Again, the conditioning question hangs heavy in the air over Mayorga because of his flamboyant boastfulness about the lifestyle that isn't exactly that of a disciplined athlete.
That right hand is just open just for that left hook under the body. Vernon Forrest takes it.
We are halfway through the scheduled 12 rounds. Vernon Forrest is a veteran of going 11 or 12 rounds. Mayorga is not.
Okay, every time you jab, hit him to the body. That right hand. Don't hit him on top. Hit him to the body. And when you cross him to the body.
Put these rounds in the bank for me. I need these rounds in the bank with the jab, all right? Look, when you get close now, touch him in the body every now and then. But then, look, don't stand there and fight with him. If you go grab his hand and walk him to the center of the ring.
Listen,
you understand?
His punches is wide. Now, you know how Ronnie had you going low, dipping from the right hand? Start drilling to the body.
This is a fight between Forrest's law and order, Mayorga's chaos and anarchy. So far, through half of the fight, chaos and anarchy seem to be ahead.
Well, let's see if Harold Letterman agrees. Harold, how do you have it through 6?
I got to tell you, Jim, I agree with Larry Merchant 100%. I think Ricardo Mayorga's mugging him. 59-55, 5 rounds to 1, Ricardo Mayorga. I mean, I get Vernon Forrest the first round. After that, he just doesn't seem to have the power to hold him off. He's got to land some good, solid shots to keep this guy back. You know, you would think that Mayorga's made for an orthodox fighter. He gets inside, he pounds on Forrest, and Forrest just grabs him.
For good reasons, you better grab him.
It's so interesting to see Forrest against a brawler like Mayorga as compared to how he fought the smaller Shane Mosley, where he could stand there, box, throw heavy punches, hurt Mosley, intimidate Mosley, and right here, the exact opposite.
I see something that really makes me proud of Vernon Forrest.
And that is?
He has stood his ground. He's got heart. He's been beaten around the ring, and he goes back and tries to do what his corner tell him to do.
And I think
that takes a lot of bravery.
I think he's gradually regaining a foothold in the fight, too, George. I'm not really sure Mayorga won that last round because I think Forrest is beginning to gain a technical foothold and more confidence in his ability to outbox the guy. And I think Mayorga's slowing down.
And the corner of Forrest, very exact, telling him exactly what to do.
Well, Ronnie Shields, excellent trainer, tries to get his fighters to listen to him. Sometimes it doesn't happen.
See, this kind of stuff is not effective, but it gets people's attention.
Going to the body with his jab now. That means he's going to try to pull up with that left hook sooner or later. Vernon Forrest is.
Mayorga hasn't landed anything big in this round. Forrest lands the punches there, including a good left hook inside.
And a good right.
Don't believe in your power with Mayorga. He is ready and willing to switch and trade punches with you at any time.
Yep, we're into the stage of the fight, though, where some power punchers run out of gas. And Vernon is beginning to get a little steadier on his feet.
Forrest's best round since the first.
Or Mayorga's worse, or maybe it's the same thing.
Don't give him no water, nothing. Come on, take deep breath.
Just put it on top of his head. Give me something.
Okay. Take deep breath.
Listen.
Come on, take a deep breath.
Vernon, you win in this fight. You understand me? With that jab. The jab is going to win the fight for you. You understand? Just keep boxing, stepping around. He coming in with them left swings, all that. Punch on punch. Grab his ass, walk him to the center, let go. Same thing over and over and over.
Take a deep breath,
Look,
man.
Stay on the right angle.
Take another one.
Use the double jab and then shoot the right hand. And then step around.
Okay, not so many overhand right hands. You got another punch, use the left hook and hit him to the body. The right hand to the body is good, except and not so much in the over.
Here's Forrest catching what looked to be a tiring Mayorga inside. First that left hook. The next one didn't connect clearly.
Will Mayorga get a second wind, or is that out of the question for a fighter who smokes and drinks? Has Vernon Forrest recovered enough of his confidence and his command to outbox Mayorga from here?
No, stop. Let go.
Good right hand by Vernon Forrest. And I like about it, after he threw it, he held on. Mayorga shouldn't give him any courage. He should just stay right on him. Don't let Vernon Forrest box at all.
Mayorga's corner wants him to throw more jabs.
Mayorga doesn't want to jab. He just wants to run forward and throw right hands.
Left hook to the body by Vernon Forrest that time. That hurt.
Stop! Box.
Mayorga's got to get on him and stay on him. Don't let him breathe.
Mayorga landed a left hook, moved Forrest back. Partially blocked right hand, but the leather got to Forrest's face. Forrest busts Mayorga with a left hook. Mayorga lands an uppercut. Suddenly the Nicaraguan champion is back in the fight.
Oh, he's never gotten out of the fight.
Big right hand by Forrest. Mayorga kind of nods and comes forward again. Another right hand shot lands for Forrest. But Vernon's trying to trade again with Mayorga.
Bad mistake. You got to do it off your jab if you're Vernon Forrest. You just can't stand in the middle and throw right hands.
Stop. Wait.
That's where you hurt your hands. You got to come after behind your left jab.
No, stop. Let go. Box.
Right hand landed for Forrest. Mayorga late with his.
Forrest is throwing the crisper punches at this point.
Forrest gives Mayorga a chance to counter, and Mayorga landed a right hand. Now another thudding right hand over the top brings a big grin to Mayorga's face. But Vernon taking them better than he did in the second and third and fourth rounds. Body shot by Forrest. Well chosen.
Set the stage for the latter rounds by going to the body right now if you're Vernon Forrest.
No. Stop. Box. I mean, break. Now box.
Forrest making his point in round 8.
Left hook.
Good, solid left hook. Vernon Forrest has landed several sharp, crisp punches here. And another big right hand over the top.
And he was able to move out of the way. That's what you got to do. Move.
Making Mayorga run around the ring to chase him and try to get in one more wild shot. But Vernon Forrest tactically controlled the 8th round.
We lost that round. Why are you just standing there? Come on. Look at me.
Vamos a trabajar el gato, Ricky,
Ricky, we got to do something. We got to be slipping and avoiding jab. Yeah, he's tired. He's more tired than you.
Keep the short uppercuts now. When they short uppercuts, and then go to the body for me, okay? Vernon, I'm telling you. Look, just don't stop fighting with him. Keep boxing with this guy. You got him now, baby. You got this guy now. Listen, let's get the power punches, okay? No power punches unless you go into the body.
You heard Ronnie Shields, forget the power punches unless you're going to the body. You've got this guy now. In round 8, by CompuBox numbers, Forrest 15 out of 42, including 8 of 19 power shots. Mayorga 9 of 52. And you heard Mayorga's trainer saying, you lost that round. Big left hook by Vernon Forrest. More confident now with each passing minute.
You don't want too much confidence. His corner told him no power punching. You got to listen to your corner if you're Vernon Forrest. You got to listen.
Wild swinging right by Forrest. Big left hook. Stop! But he's trading shots with the Matador and giving Mayorga a chance.
Mayorga's got his best chances when Vernon Forrest comes up with the power punches. Just dive in. You can get him if you want.
Forrest controlling the distance with his jab and landing the jab much of the time now.
Vernon Forrest got his legs back under him.
Bouncing and moving. Double jab, steps away. Good stuff by Vernon Forrest.
Now the body punching. Now the good punches are starting to land. The body. Forget about the head.
The jab and the body. That's what Ronnie Shields wanted. That's what Vernon Forrest is giving him for the moment.
Stop! No. Thank you.
Both men, one is strong and tough, the other is skillful and tough.
But those sudden hurricanes of punches from Mayorga are fewer and farther between now.
But all he needs is one good. Lead left hook by Vernon Forrest. He hasn't been able to do that all night.
Left his left hand out there and gave Mayorga a chance to land a right. That was balance, not the punch.
Stop. No. Don't lift up.
Mayorga may feel the momentum and the title slipping away now.
Stop.
Chopping at Vernon with that right hand over the top.
Mayorga's just got to keep throwing punches. Forget about trying to box Vernon Forrest.
Break.
Keep throwing punches.
Box.
Only got 4 good rounds to do it.
Stop. Break. Box.
Can you win the title running like that, George?
No way. You got to fight for it.
Get some air in your lungs.
Vernon,
Come on, champ.
When you get close down, give me the body shot. But look, Vernon, stay your right angle, okay? Throw the 1-2 at him, okay? Look, this guy can't breathe now, you understand? Every now and then you gotta give me one in the body though, okay? Now look, hold him, when he get close, right? Boom, boom, and then grab his ass, okay?
Don't let him get composure. Don't let him get, when he's off balance, jump on top of him. In the first part of the round, attack him. Come on, that was a tough round, and the fight is very close. Don't give him that much chance.
Forrest landing the more effective punches as this fight goes along. Body and head. The size of the task ahead of him is that if Mayorga won the first or 5 of the first 6 rounds, as Harold and I scored it, if he did so, then he's got to win all the remaining rounds because a draw goes to the champion.
I'll bet you it wasn't 5-1 after 6 rounds on the 3 official scorecards, but we'll see. Meanwhile, Harold, how do you have it after 9?
I agree with Larry. 5 rounds to 4, 86, 85, Ricardo Mayorga. I thought it was 5 rounds after 6, 5-1.
Mayorga lands 2 big right hands. Changed the fight. Changed the fight right there. He landed the first right cross. I let you keep talking, Harold. He landed the second right cross. I had to jump in. Forrest is in trouble again and trying to trade with Mayorga. Mayorga finally got the leather on him after 3 rounds of missing.
Vernon Forrest got a little sloppy and a little lazy, and that's what happened. Mayorga's in good condition. That question has been answered.
Forrest got too confident. He forgot about how explosive Mayorga can be.
He's in condition. I didn't figure that. No one figured that tonight, that this guy would be this strong this late in the fight. But Mayorga is strong in the 10th, 11th round. That's just not many outs for Vernon Forrest.
They trade big right hand shots at close range.
Look who's holding now.
Yep, Mayorga holds on as Forrest landed 2 crushing right crosses. And that punch didn't have much on it.
Stop!
Vernon Forrest, if he wants a title, he's got to fight for it tonight. Can't win it in a boxing match now.
Mayorga sledgehammers Forrest in close again.
Got to gamble.
Vernon Forrest looking a little wobbly, but he lands a left hook, leaping out of the darkness.
Stop!
Mayorga is hanging in there. Vernon Forrest has just got to unleash the leather now. He's got him a title.
Right hand crossed by Forrest.
Stop!
Got to be accurate with the right hand. Can't be toe-to-toe. Do what you're going to do and move out of the way, because Mayorga recovers like Superman. That hurts your hand there.
10th round is a right cross duel. Both men have landed big ones.
Stop! I go.
Vernon Forrest should jump right back on him, because when he throws those shots, he's tired for a second. Vernon Forrest has got to be the first one to throw punches.
Chop with the right hand by Mayorga. Forrest retaliates with a right cross. Both guys have landed some very big shots in the 10th round. Close fight.
That's it.
Okay, ya le enseñaste todo el mundo que te puedes.
Now you showed everybody that you can go 11 rounds. Now let's finish this shit. Come on, but use your head. Every time you use your hand, also hit him in the body, because he's open. What happened with the left hook?
Hey, okay. Come back with the hook. When you get close, shoot the uppercut only when you're close, not from the outside.
Another thing, you let him steal the last 30 seconds. That's why he's rushing to you. You can't let him steal.
Come on now, he know the fight is close. You know the fight is close. Okay, come on, baby, suck it up for me
now. Early in the round, Mayorga on the attack landed that good right hand. Landed another one later on. Those punches may have given him the round.
Round 11 begins. High drama at the Orleans. Did Ricardo Mayorga win the 10th? and therefore put some distance back between himself and Vernon Forrest?
Oh, yes, he did.
Harold Letterman sees it the other way, and now has the fight even on his card.
I have it 6-4 for Mayorga.
Stop! Let go, let go. Thank you.
Otra vez.
It was a right-hand duel in the 10th. Now Forrest gets a left hand onto Mayorga's face as Mayorga overshoots with the right.
Mayorga's got to be careful now. You don't want to blow this fight on a late knockout. And you've put all those rounds in the bank.
Forrest is fighting a tough, gallant, smart fight. But can he pull it out?
One thing I personally had thought was highly unlikely was Mayorga winning a decision over Forrest. It seemed to me Mayorga by knockout or Forrest by decision. But now you have the specter of the possible unexpected result.
Vernon Forrest is trying to size up that jumping left hook.
And trying to limit the action judiciously so that Mayorga doesn't get too many chances in these last 4.5 minutes.
One thing no one counted on, that including myself, that this guy would be in this kind of condition. Mayorga is in shape.
You know, a lot of fighters do behind the scenes what Mayorga is open about.
Maybe Mayorga is open and tricking everybody. Maybe it's just a bluff.
Yeah, that's another possibility. Is that he smokes one cigarette every 2 months and makes a big deal out of it
in front of someone, and they go and tell.
Exactly.
I think we've fallen for the tricks here. This guy's in shape.
Oh! They trade right-hand shots once again. It's just so spectacular to watch Ricardo Mayorga throw his punches, because every punch is thrown with knock you into next week conviction.
The man is a conditioned athlete, and Vernon Forrest didn't expect this, nor did his corner.
I think you're right, George. They thought that they could get to this stage of the fight, and Forrest would have distinct advantage.
Mayorga still celebrating as round 11 comes to a close. His corner has to drag him into the stool.
We need the next round badly. Okay, we need it all.
Watch it. You gotta work that jab, throw that right hand at him and step around. Keep doing the same thing. The guy don't have anything left. And add the face to it now.
You gotta keep your hands up and keep them tight. Don't get sloppy. You understand?
Keep your chin down and your hands up. Don't open up. I don't want him to knock you down, so don't get careless.
This is it. Hands high. And you understand?
It's your championship.
Hands down. That's all we need. Stop loading up on punches.
Jab, and move.
Stop loading up on
right
punches.
hands and move.
Power punches in 11. Mayorga 6 out of 32. Forrest 8 out of 19. Crowd rises to applaud what they've seen so far. 12th round begins. Harold, how do you have it coming to this fight?
Okay, Jim. 6 rounds to 5. 105, 104. Ricardo Mayorga. Jim, real quick, I just think Vernon Forrest does great when he sets his feet. In the 11th round, he was just flailing away, not setting his feet.
Mayorga busts him again with a right hand to open the 12th. Forrest lands a left hook close.
You see it right there, right there.
Good combination by Vernon Forrest.
He hurts him and then steps away, Vernon Forrest does. Once you hurt him, this is the fight, you got to go and take it.
Jab, jab, big right hand by Forrest. Turned Mayorga's head. Mayorga suddenly pummeling him to the body.
All the things that Vernon Forrest should be doing, Mayorga is doing. He He's fighting like he's coming from behind. Vernon Forrest is fighting like he's ahead on points.
Mayorga wants a knockout.
Let him out.
He almost got it that time.
Kind of guy who might feel mildly embarrassed to win a decision. Oh, probably not. Good, solid right hand by Forrest.
The best he's landing, this guy didn't move.
Mayorga comes back with a right and a left.
Stop!
Forrest was much better prepared for this fight than the fight in Temecula. He has taken Mayorga's big shots and has come back with tactical brilliance just often enough to stay right there. Mayorga bleeding under the right eye. Good left hook by Forrest. Forrest picking his shots and having a pretty decent round.
Stop!
Every time that Vernon Forrest gets set, get flat-footed, Mayorga jumps on him.
Balance of power in the welterweight division may ride on how three very disparate judges see it. Larry O'Connell from England, Overson from Denmark, Jerry Roth from Nevada.
It's a good point, Jim, because European judges often favor the boxer.
Whereas Roth is seen as a guy who favors the aggressor. The aggressor would be Mayorga. The boxer would be Forrest.
Mayorga has won this fight pillar to post.
George Foreman weighs in with his opinion in favor of the fighter.
Oh, no doubt about it.
Mayorga throws his hands in the air. Ronnie Shields picks a weary Vernon Forrest up. Both fighters trying to project winning body language. And now the suspense.
I don't think there's that much suspense.
Harold Letterman's card may differ from your opinion here, George. We'll see.
I'd like to know what the
and here are the judges. There's Larry O'Connell and that noteworthy card. He scored. Lewis Holyfield won a draw, went back to his home country of England and said, whoops, I made a mistake, but it's too late to correct it now.
Ups the daisy.
And Ove Ovesen of Denmark, as you can see, notable fight, Hagler-Duran. Well, that's a long time ago. And Jerry Roth, he had Vernon Forrest, the winner, over Shane Mosley in their second fight. And Jerry Roth has been a part of so many big fights over the years, you couldn't count them all. And Harold, what's your final scorecard?
Okay, Jim. 7 rounds to 5, 115, 113, Ricardo Mayorga. Jim, I don't know. To me, it's a prize fight. At the end of that fight, Vernon Forrest in the last 2 rounds looked like he was exhausted. He was grabbing him. He was holding him. He just looked like a guy who had gotten beaten up. But Ricardo Mayorga, hardly a scratch on him, just kept coming, pounding, driving him into the ropes. I don't know. I just thought Mayorga outfought him.
All right.
I'd like to see Forrest win because we could have a third one.
But you think Mayorga won?
Oh, yeah, I do believe
so both
Mayorga.
Harold Letterman and George Foreman weigh in on the side of Ricardo Mayorga.
We got it, Jim. We got it. Dang, baby.
And they are still tallying up the scores. As we mentioned, Jerry Roth of the United States, Larry O'Connell from England, Ovesen from Denmark. And now Jimmy Lennon Jr. stands by with the official scoring.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of action, we go to the scorecards. We have a majority decision. Here are the score totals. Judge at ringside, Jerry Roth scores the bout 114 to 114, even a draw. Overruled by judges Larry O'Connell, who sees it 115 to 114, and Ove Ovesen, who scores the bout 116 to 112 in favor of the winner and still champion Ricardo El Matador Mayorga.
So the irrepressible Ricardo Mayorga gets a second victory over Vernon Forrest. No doubt to the complete shock of Forrest and his followers, Mayorga wins a decision. He wins the decision with sheer relentless aggression and will. He wins the decision by chasing Vernon Forrest around the ring constantly, trying to make it a fight.
Everybody, because everyone thought he'd be out of shape in the 7th, 8th, 9th round. But the man, believe me, he does not smoke and drink. Someone's lying. They fooled Vernon Forrest and the rest of us.
It made for good entertainment, didn't it? Final CompuBox numbers: Mayorga landing 126 out of 531, Forrest 122 out of 475. That's a push. Very little difference between the two. Power punch numbers: Mayorga landing 39 more and throwing 185 more. Maybe really that's the difference in what the judges saw. Mayorga throwing all those power punches as he constantly was the aggressor, making the fight, taking his aggression to Forrest. And now Larry Merchant stands by with the winner, because I think we saw Vernon Forrest leaving the ring.
Thank you, Jim. Congratulations, Ricardo.
Felicidades, Ricardo.
Why was this more difficult than the first fight?
Porque esta pelea fue más difícil que la primera pelea.
Bueno, si ustedes observan, ni los dedos de la mano son iguales.
There's a lot of difference. Not even your hands on your fingers are the same.
Was he able to take your best punches better this time?
Él pudo resistir los golpes suyos más esta vez.
Sí, bueno, en una parte sí, pero la verdad todo mi equipo me estaba diciendo, no te jodas en 2 asaltos. Todo el mundo siempre ha dicho que tú no coges 12 asaltos. Pelea la pelea con él para que mi equipo, todos me lo dijeron, hasta mis sparring. Pelea la pelea con él, castigarlo para que si lo noquea, sigue boxeando. Si lo verguea, luego se va a retirar. Después de esta vergueada está listo.
Yeah, he was able to withstand the punches more this time, but my group told me, let's fight the guy. If we knock him out, we knock him out. But we know we can go 12 rounds.
Tell us about fighting a pure boxer. Can somebody box you, or is your style just too wild and aggressive for them to be able to do that?
¿Cómo se siente pelear a un puro boxeador? ¿Tú crees que un puro boxeador, un estilista, te puede aguantar a ti, resistir tu empuje?
Yo pienso que no, la verdad. Te lo juro que Forrest hoy se levantó con el pie derecho.
Yeah. I don't think any straight boxer would be able to do that. Forrest was at his best today.
Pero aquí está mi jefe, y las veces que mi jefe me lo contrate, bueno, lo vergueo todos los sábados.
But here's my boss right here, and whoever he puts in front of me, that's who will fight.
In one round, you stood in front of him and dared to hit you. Why did you do that?
En un round te paraste frente de él y lo desafiaste que te pegara. ¿Por qué hiciste eso?
Para que mirara que es pendejo, que él no pega nada.
I just know he's a sissy and he can't punch hard.
All right. They clearly expected you to get tired in the later stages of the fight. Are you in better condition than some people give you credit for?
Todo el mundo esperaba que tú te cansaras al final de la pelea, si llegaba a 12 rounds. Tú estás en mejor condición de lo que tú, de la gente se creen que tú estás.
Yo hubiera lucido mejor si fuera se parara, pero es difícil querer correr para alcanzar a un boxeador y fajarse a la vez. Pero si se me ha parado, lo mato.
I would have looked a lot better if Forrest would have traded with me. It's very hard trying to chase him, but if he would have stood, I would have knocked him out.
Some people will question whether you seriously do as much smoking when you drink and drinking when you smoke because of your good condition. What do you say to those people?
Mucha gente tiene en duda que en realidad tú fumas tanto como dices que fuma y tomas tanto como dices que toma. ¿Qué dices tú de eso?
Esa es parte de mi jodera, de mi loquera, la verdad. Eso no es muy en serio, la verdad.
It's my craziness, but it's not really that serious.
Lo que yo tomo en serio es la verdad. Ese es el futuro de mi familia y la reputación de Don King, con mucho respeto.
But what I really take seriousness is the future of my family and Don King.
Thank you very much for a great fight. Congratulations again, Ricardo.
Gracias por una gran pelea y felicidades otra vez.
No, yo quiero darle gracias a Dios, gracias a mi jefe, y mi familia y yo vamos a estar muy bien, y quiero mandarle un saludo a toda la gente de Granada, de Nicaragua, hasta la gente del Sauce. Los quiero mucho, mis hijos.
I want to thank God. I want to thank my boss. I want to say hello to everybody in Nicaragua. I love you all.
Thank you again, Ricardo.
Que viva Don, la verdad, que viva Don King. Y que a Don King.
All right, Jim, back
to you. He'll still be talking this time tomorrow. And once again, let's look at the judges' scorecards, because in the 12th round, Larry and I made all these boxing sophisticated comments about how Jerry Roth favors the aggressor and European judges are known to favor the boxer. And of course, this shows you what we know, because Roth was the one who had an even scorecard, in effect favoring the boxer, and the two European judges are the ones who scored the fight for Mayorga, in effect favoring the puncher. So once again, we didn't have a clue what we were talking about. But I'll tell you what, it was a whale of an entertaining fight, and what a live wire Ricardo Mayorga is. How much fun is this guy to watch, George?
Oh, really? I think he's the most colorful guy in the weight division right now. I think he's going to carry the bucks with him wherever he goes. Well, there's going to be big money.
Well, and look at all the money at 154 pounds, where Oscar De La Hoya fights, where Shane Mosley is going to fight Oscar this fall, where Fernando Vargas is still in business. Bernard Hopkins is 6 pounds up the road at 160. There are so many big fights into which Mayorga can figure in the future that it's exciting to have a new fight.
And he can do anything he wants. He put on a few pounds, he can just rise and rise and rise.
Oh, he can fight at 54.
I wouldn't bet against him if I was a betting man.
Fight at 60.
Oh, yes, he can.
Could be a heavyweight.
Uh-oh.
Probably not. All right. And Larry Merchant, I know you had fun in there with Ricardo. Vernon Forrest, incidentally, left the ring immediately upon hearing the decision. Your final thoughts about what you saw tonight?
Well, during this whole week, I've been thinking about a country lyric that goes, I don't want you for a night, I don't want you for a weekend, I want you forever. And so I've been wondering, is this Ricardo a keeper forever? Well, he's more than a weekend. Time will tell whether he's forever, but he has injected some refreshing attitudes and big punching ability into not just his division, but into the entire prize fight scene.
Indeed. And incidentally, one final comment on all that scoring summary information we've given you. All three judges gave the 12th round to Vernon Forrest. So the fight wasn't even as close as it may have seemed. Here we were talking about possibly the fight being on the table in the 12th. Obviously it wasn't if Forrest won it and still winds up losing the majority decision. One final word from here before we leave the air. On any sports telecast like this, there are dozens of people in our crew whose work goes unrecognized on a name basis by you. You see what they do, but you're never going to connect to their names or to their faces the way you do to us, the broadcasters. One such person here at HBO Sports for the past 15 years or more was an editor in New York named Anthony Avalone. He's introduced you to his work at the beginning of many of these telecasts over the years, editing the opening package that gets you interested in the fight. That's called the tease, feature pieces, biography pieces, vignettes, and other features throughout the year. He's been one of the guys who's a tremendous stalwart for HBO Sports. Anthony died this past week at age 52. Our thoughts tonight are with his wife Nancy and the rest of his family.